All right, enough messing around. Hello. Thank you very, very much for coming through, checking out this live stream. This is incidentally. Well, first of all, let me just say that this is probably the first live stream I've done in years, and it's definitely the first live stream I've done with OBS. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but anyway, with switching and doing all this other fancy stuff and coordinating it with YouTube and everything else. I'm brand new to this, so this is the guinea pig trial, and you guys are my guinea pigs. So please be gentle. This is going to be. I was telling my little sister this is going to be a train wreck, but please have patience. Be gentle with your criticisms, and we'll just go forward with that. Wait, visuals and sound are good. Okay, cool. So welcome to this trial run. I call it a trial run, but in reality, it's just to let people know, anybody who's curious, anybody who's coming through, to let them know what's happening here, coming out of here, the Temple of Boom, the big studio now in Washington State, just outside of Tacoma. A lot's going on, and truthfully, it was a very slow start. So I got here in September, the end of September, and it was right in the middle of a creative block. I couldn't create anything, whether it was video or audio or anything. Just nothing made sense. Nothing was coming out, and it took a long time to build the studio. And then once I got it up and running, everything was okay. It looks great and things are operating correctly and all this. And I was just like, man, it's just not working. And out of the blue, I got an email or a text actually from a friend of mine, very good friend of mine, to ask if I could put together a promotional video, sort of a promotional video, for this band out in Virginia. They're called Por Vida. And I was like, you know what? Let's just do this thing. Because it needs to be done, and I need to get over the hump. So she told me, here's the sites. They have some pictures and they have some whatever. So essentially, I grabbed stuff from their social media because they didn't have anything. This was a surprise to the band. She requested that I do this as a surprise for them. So I grabbed whatever I could from social media, and it kind of looks like this. So the thing is, I'm doing this in Final Cut. That's been my go-to. Now, you saw me swipe through this really quickly because it's not finished. Well, I sent a draft to them. They liked it so far, but they wanted to change a couple of things. So I promised them I wouldn't play the thing for them or for anybody yet. This is supposed to be a secret, but I wanted to clue you in, to let you know what's happening. This was like I said, this propelled the creativity machine to go. So look, this is them, Por Vida. I grabbed I was sent their most recent logo, which is this, and then turned it into 3D and have done some stuff with it. As you can see, but that's the band, that's their email, whatever. And look, produced by Screen Dream Productions. Hey, a subsidiary of Bada Bing, Immersive Arts. But that was the genesis for being creative here in the temple. It was really needed. A little jump start like that was really needed. And right at the start of that, because I was started grasping. I'm like, I need to do something. What can I do? I need to read this. I need to be inspired of this. Watch this movie, blah, blah, blah. So when that came through, then it was like, oh, yeah. Okay, I can do this, that, and the other. Now, Why am I bringing this up besides showing off the fact that Screen Dreams is actually doing stuff? It's could you say twofold? Yeah, why not just say twofold? It caused me to look through some old material that I had sitting around in hard drives and whatever else. And as I was looking through, some of it was like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, whatever. As I was doing this, a friend of mine, very good friend of mine, Danny, his son's best friend, Danny and his son's best friend had a conversation. She said, one of my favorite bands is this band called The Witching Hour. And Danny goes, really, The Witching Hour? And he goes, I know these guys. And these guys, meaning me. He told me the story and realized it was around the same time that I heard this saying from somebody else. It was saying, what is old to you is new to someone else. And that rung true. As I started the video, that Por Vida video that I was showing you, that saying and Danny's message came through. And it was like, you know what? People haven't heard The Witching Hour in 20, maybe even 30. Shoot, it has been 30. No, 20 years. And on top of it, never had a chance to do any like surround sound mix or anything. If you recall, or if anybody paid attention or whatever, like A Beautiful Curse, all of their releases were 5.1 or whatever. The Witching Hour stopped before I had a chance to do any surround sound stuff. Why am I bringing this up? Because I am now working on remixing all of the Witching Hour stuff, all of the Witching Hour material. I'm just now working on the first song, and when I get done, there will be a full-length release at some point. But for now, there were only 2 studio records, and the others were, like, that one was the live record. That was one of the studio. That was a promo DVD thing as I was learning video. That was just demos, and that was the first. That was the debut. As I was saying, there's only 2 studio records, and I pulled all of the songs from After the Haunting Silence, which was the second one, but I realized I didn't have the files for Angels in Shadow Blue. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be a mess. It's just going to be After the Haunting Silence redone. And my good friend Aaron Lasco from Coop Studios, he was the chief engineer for the first record. He and I connected because I had some tape and couldn't figure out if he had done this tape of whatever it was. And talking with him, I was like, hey, man, did you happen to know if any of the Witching Hour stuff is on this tape? And he told me, you know what, I've got stuff backed up. And sure enough, he had the whole album plus a few other songs backed up on one of his hard drives. The first time hearing those songs from 30 years ago, 20 years, why do I keep going back to 30? 20 years ago, out of the, I don't know what you say, but he was so sweet in sending me all of the files for all of the songs that he and I worked on at Coop back in early 2000s. So I have all of the Angels in Shadow Blue stuff. I now have all of the stuff from After the Haunting Silence, and that's what's being remixed. And eventually it'll be stereo, and it'll also be Dolby Atmos as well. Now, I'm glad actually that came up. Let me tell you something. People talk a lot about Atmos and that it's a fad and whatever else. Here's the thing. Here's the, I don't know, background. But anyway, here's the thing with Atmos. Atmos is adaptable. So, yeah, if you have 27 speakers all over the room and whatever else, music can travel all through all 9,000 of those speakers. If you only have 2, what Atmos does is it squashes it down to those two speakers. So you don't have to have a million speakers, right? And anything in between. So a million speakers to 7.1.4, which is the common Atmos layout, to 5.1, to just stereo, to the binaural headphones and things, like the Apple whatevers. So it all, no matter what you have, it'll play to whatever you've got. Make sense? So that's the whole thing behind Atmos. I have a bunch of speakers down in the living room, so anytime I mix nowadays, especially, I want to mix to take advantage of all the speakers that I have. But I'm also very conscious, also very aware that some people don't. So hence Atmos. The witching hour in Atmos is a huge thing. Dude, it's going to be so cool. Well, provided I can mix it right. So that's coming very soon. I've been also doing voiceover stuff, narrations and whatever. I've been doing auditions for those. So hopefully I'll get a couple of books or get a couple of whatever to narrate. And that's been helping with the creativity thing too. So, it's forced me to put mics up and ISO booths and things like that. I've got what's it called? It's ISO Vox Go. It's a thing that I step into and close in the back, and it's dark and stinky and whatever. But I put the scripts up there, do the narration. Mr. McConaughey said, and there we go. So that's been helping. Another thing that's been helping is going through and seeing those old songs that I was talking about, and some of them didn't fit with A Beautiful Curse. Some of them definitely didn't fit with The Witching Hour. Some of them, they're just sitting out there. So Outsider Productions is gonna release those songs. They're gonna get finished, and they will be released one at a time. Probably there'll be singles here and there, and those will be, I don't want to say they're the leftovers. They're not really the leftovers, but they're just things that don't fit. But that's coming too. And last, well, not last, but for now anyway, last. Just to let you know that, wait, hold on. Of course, it's a telemarketer right now. All right, so to let anybody know who's interested, A Beautiful Curse, I put to bed. It's done. I lost the inspiration. It was around the time that the creativity train left. When I had the creative block, it didn't seem, I wasn't motivated to create any more A Beautiful Curse stuff. And I think that started the spiral, right? I don't want to do A Beautiful Curse thing. So I started feeling really bad for myself and going down the hole, and hence all that stuff that I talked about. That's been years, right, since the last one came out. But there are all these songs that didn't necessarily fit with A Beautiful Curse, but they could fit with something else, and something other than Outsider. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you for the first time, anybody's knowing, well, outside of my little sister and Jessica, the new project. Now that A Beautiful Curse is gone, the new project is called The Phantom Symphony. Why The Phantom Symphony? Because I like those two words, phantom and symphony. And I always seem to put what is it? Is it a particle? Yeah, the, whatever, in front of stuff. So there it is. The Phantom Symphony. What is the Phantom Symphony? It's honestly a project where I don't care about radio play. I don't care about fitting in. I don't care about the format and sounding like this, that, and the other. As a matter of fact, if I don't sound like somebody, that's even better. And it's an expression, and I'm going to be happy doing that instead of trying to be out there and competing with everybody else. And yeah, just forget about it. So there it is. That's the new project. Again, A Beautiful Curse is asleep. The Phantom Symphony is the sleeper has not. No, that's not right, because that'd mean a beautiful curse. Anyway, so the Phantom Symphony is here, and it'll start releasing singles, at least for now, coming shortly. It's probably realistically going to be at the beginning of the year. While I work between now and the beginning of the year, I'll be finishing the Witching Hour stuff and doing Outsider things. So probably around the top of the year, you'll see the first of the Phantom Symphony stuff come through. That's realistically thinking anyway. Now, some of you might be wondering, well, okay, this is all great, but how in the world are we supposed to know when this stuff comes out? You know, do we have to keep going through social media and all this? I get it. Makes sense. No, you don't. Actually, there's one place you can go, and it is right here. See this? It's called ctmentertainment.bandcamp.com, right? And when you get to that page, if you look over underneath this star, this lower one, says follow. So you click on there and you give your email address, and once anything happens, then you'll be notified right away. Like I send out these messages and they come through the CTM Entertainment thing. Then you'll know when the new stuff comes out, The Outsider, the Phantom Symphony, The Witching Hour. Oh, speaking of which, The Witching Hour, don't expect it to be like I'm getting the band back together or any of that stuff. It's not. It's just to remix the old stuff and make it available. Okay, so back to this. So yeah, eventually there will be 4 spots up there. You've got A Beautiful Curse right now. You'll have what did I say? The Outsider. You'll have the Phantom Symphony, and you'll have The Witching Hour. So eventually there will be 4 blocks. And if somebody else comes along, if there's another project that comes along and they're going to be part of CTM Entertainment, they'll be listed on there as well. So that's one place to find out what the heck is going on in the world. You know, here, I want to give you guys, I want to go back to the Witching Hour thing. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek at finding the files and whatever. If you guys are down, let me see if I can make this happen. Hold on a second. Stay with me. Wait. Oh, I know how I could do it. See, didn't I tell you it was going to be a train wreck? That's all right. It's look, if this doesn't happen, then I won't be better than next time, right? Okay. I think I got it now. Hopefully this works. We're going to find out. Yeah, we're definitely going to find out. Let's see what we got. See that? That is what's going to be the first single of the remix stuff from The Witching Hour. Most of y'all aren't going to recognize this, so I'll just say it. This is Ignore the Screams. Now, keep in mind, I just put stuff up there. I haven't done a real mix or anything, but here we go. Check it out. Wait. Oh, you can't hear it. Because I suck. That's why. Wait, let me see if I can do it a different way. Let's see what's happening. Let's try this. Nope, clearly not. Or can you? Actually, why don't you let me know, tell me something, because I'm looking at the live chat and, oh, we can hear it a little bit. Okay, so let's try it. Let's see how well it goes. Can you hear it any better? Hopefully. Because I can't hear diddly. But that's all right, as long as you guys can hear it. All right, that's enough of that. But yeah, that's the scoop. And I probably should have gone over to this before. Okay, there we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it in a nutshell. Like I said, this is the first live stream. Hopefully I'll be doing more, and hopefully I'll get better and better with this thing and figure out why I couldn't hear stuff and whatever, and get you guys on the chat, and I can figure out how to do my chats better. But yeah, I wanted to give you an update and wanted to say hello. It's been a long time. I do appreciate everybody's patience and everybody wanting to be a part of whatever's going on. And yeah, that's really it. I hope everybody's doing well. Really do. It's trying times out here. Keep your head up. Keep loving yourself. Keep loving each other. Respect the whole 9 yards. Support creatives. We'll see you soon. Take care. Thanks, y'all. Bye.